Hi, this is Dr. Campbell. I wanted to talk about what are marriage vows, where are marriage vows found in the Bible. Marriage vows found in the Bible become the morality compass for any long-lasting, committed relationship between a man and woman who embrace the tenets associated with holy matrimony. Holy matrimony involves two distinct attributes that marriages need to hold close. According to Leviticus 26:12 and Hebrews 8:10, holiness requires a relationship with God. It requires that both the man and woman join together to be separate or set apart for God. The word matrimony is derived from the French word matrimoine, which comes directly from the Latin word matrimonium and means wedlock or marriage. Holy matrimony requires that a husband and wife join together to permanently become separate for God. There are many vows in the Bible that support the concept associated with holy matrimony. A vow is a promise made to God to perform or to abstain from performing a certain thing. The earliest mention of a vow is that of Jacob, Genesis 28:18 through 22. Jacob vowed, "If God will be with me and will watch over me on this journey I am taking, and will give me food to eat and clothes to wear so that I return safely to my father's household, then the Lord will be my God, and this stone that I have set upon as a pillar will be God's house, and all that you give me I will give you a tenth." The term vow is also mentioned in the book of Job. According to Job, "Thou shalt make the prayer unto him, and he shall hear thee, and thou shalt pay thy vows." One type of vow is a vow of devotion. Vows of devotion include: 1. A man might devote a sacred use, possessions, or persons, but not the firstborn of either man or beast which was devoted already. Second, if he vows land, he may either redeem it or not. Third, animals fit for sacrifice if voted were not to be rendered, redeemed, or changed. Persons devoted stood thus devote either themselves, his child, not the firstborn, or his slave. If no redemption took place, the devoted person became the slave of the sanctuary. Vows were entirely voluntary, but once made were regarded as compulsory. For example, if a person in a dependent condition vows, which include an unmarried daughter living in her father's house, or a wife, even if she afterward became a widow, the vow, if the father of the husband heard the vow, they could disallow it and make it void. But if they heard the vow without disallowance, it was to remain a vow to be honored. Vows that involved producing impure traffic were forbidden. A marriage vow in the Bible is a scripture that indicates the devotion of the husband and wife towards God and each other. Marriage vows in the Bible include: 1. Ephesians 5:25 through 33. And it goes, "Husbands, love your wives, even as Christ also loved the church, and gave himself for it, that he may sanctify and cleanse it with the washing of water by the word, that he might be present, he might present in himself a glorious church, not having spot or wrinkle or any such thing, but that it should be holy and without blemish. So ought men to love their wives as their own bodies. He that loveth his wife loveth himself. For no man either yet hated his own flesh, but nourished and cherished it, even as the Lord the church. For we are members of his body, and of his flesh, and of his bones. For this cause shall a man leave his father and mother, and shall be joined unto his wife, and they two shall be one flesh. This is a great mystery, but I speak concerning Christ and the church. Nevertheless, let every one of you in particular so love his wife even as himself, and the wife see that she reverence her husband. A second verse is Colossians 3:18 through 19. Wives, submit yourselves to your husbands, as is fitting in the Lord. Husbands, love your wives, and do not be harsh with them. We find another verse, Matthew 19:4 through 6. Haven't you read, he replied, that in the beginning the Creator made them male and female, and said, for this reason a man will leave his father and mother and be united to his wife, and the two will become one flesh. So they are no longer two, but one flesh. Therefore, what God has joined together, let no one separate. Genesis 2:24 is our fourth one. This is why a man leaves his father and mother and is united to his wife, and they become one flesh. And so those are several of the vows, the marriage vows that I was able to find in Scripture. You know, taking a vow is a very, very serious thing. And you must really be careful when you take a vow, because if you make a vow, because according to Numbers 30:2, it says, if a man makes a vow to the Lord, or takes an oath to bind himself with a binding obligation, he shall not violate his word. He shall do according to all that proceeds out of his mouth. Vows are a serious matter to God. Even more serious are the marriage vows found in the Bible. This is Dr. Campbell. You can find additional information on our website at www.advancedmarriagetraining.com. Of course, if you want to talk about it, you can call me on my direct line at 856-566-3267. Have a great day, and thank you very much.